Welcome back. This is part 3 of our Chapter 7 review. If you haven't watched part 1 and part 2, please go back. So, although I'm going to go over Study Guide A, which is what this says at the top, Study Guide A in class, some kids want some videos of me doing the same so they can independently study at home, kind of with me being their kind of tutor at home on video. So, that's why I make these videos. So, part 1 of this review video covered the first 6 questions. Part 2 covered the graphing question. And now we're on part 3. So remember, I'm going to give you the formulas that you need for this test. You can see them at the top here. We have 2 formulas only that we're using. And you get a calculator for the entire exam. It's going to be important that you read every math question twice, underlining important information. And I'm going to help you along with that too. Again, we're going to keep practicing in this class, and you have these videos that you can reference. Okay, cool. Let's look at the first question. It says, set up and solve each word problem. We have 2 equations. We use only this one for banking. So if anything talks about a banking account, you're going to go put money in a banking account, you use that one. Every other problem is going to use this beautiful setup for exponential functions. Okay, so here we go. You inherit a ring valued at, wow, that's a pricey ring. The ring appreciates by 4% each year. What is the value of the ring in 5 years? Okay, well, we know we're using this formula, so I'm going to write that down because it doesn't involve a bank. And I know I need to identify 3 things. A is the initial value of whatever it is that we're doing. B is the growth or decay factor. So is it appreciating? It's 1 plus a bit more. Is it depreciating? It's 1 minus a bit. And X is some kind of time period, maybe weeks, months, years, maybe even if this was like a volleyball tournament, how many rounds of play, okay? So 5 years, well, that stood out pretty quickly to me, so I found that time quick. The initial value, very pricey ring. Now, the ring appreciates. The word appreciate is a growth word, just like the word increase, okay? Appreciate and increase both mean the numbers are going up. So it's going to be 1 plus a bit more. Now, the bit is the percent that it's going to increase. But we can't just write 4 here. We must turn 4% into a decimal. The way we do that is I write 4% right here. I put if I don't see the percent, if I don't see the decimal, I put the decimal, boink, right there. And then I move it over twice to the left. 1 and 2. Hello, new decimal. Goodbye, old decimal. Fill in the blank. Now I know this number, called a growth factor, should be above 1 because this is a problem that is about growth. It's appreciating. That ring's value is literally going to go up. You're like, dang, I know. That's wow. Put that ring in a safe deposit box somewhere. Okay, so let's put these 3 ingredients into our beautiful recipe, also known as a formula. Perfecto. You're going to put that into a calculator. How do you do that? Well, the way you put it into a calculator is you type in the first number, do a parenthesis, end parenthesis, find that special button that allows you to raise the next number into the exponent position, and then hit equal 5. I'm not going to teach kids how to use the tool of a calculator on the day of the test. We've been using a calculator for a couple weeks now. We've been practicing using that tool, okay? I expect kids to kind of know how to use the tool by now. Cool. Now, if we put that into our calculator, I got 41,517. I hope you got the same. I'll put a little money sign on there because that ring definitely went up in value by $7,000 and a bit more. Let's try the next one. You have inherited a car that was purchased for $15,000 in 2011. The value of the car depreciates. Wah, wah, wah. The amount of the value of the car is going down. Bummer. Appreciate is a word that means going up. Depreciate means, dang it, the price is going down, and by a pretty significant amount. What is the approximate value of the car in 2015? Okay, well, we're not at the bank, so we know what formula to use. Remember, we only use that other formula when it's banking. Now we have to identify A, B, and X. A is the initial value of the car, $15,000. We know that it depreciates, so it's going to be 1 minus something. The something is the 6%. I'm going to change 6% into a decimal. 0.06. Perfect. Now you can use your calculator to figure this out, or you can use your noggin. So $1 minus 6 pennies. $1 minus 6 pennies. 0.94 would be our decay factor. Because this is under 1, we know that our value is going down, because you only have 94% of the value left after each time period. And the time period, whoa, they don't give it to us exactly. We have to really figure it out. So they're talking about the initial value in 2011 was this. Now we're talking 2015. How many years difference are there between 2015 and 2011? 4 years. Now we're going to put this into our calculator. Let's write it as a formula first and see how you guys did. Perfect. Cool. And you can round to the nearest whole dollar. I'm A-okay with that. If you guys got 11,711, I'm cool with that, because that's what I got. Unless I made a mistake, and yes, occasionally I do make mistakes. 10 and 11, there are banking questions, so let's give them a little jingle, a little try. So let's scooch this up. 10 and 11. Now these are the banking questions, so we're going to use that banking formula above. Cool, let's do that. The banking formula, let me write it right here. So we have the amount of money in our bank account at the end of this whole shenanigans. P for principal, that's the amount of money you put in the bank. 1 plus a smidge, it's a growth formula. Rate is the percentage written as a decimal. N is the number of times the money builds. Compounded monthly, 12. Compounded quarterly, 4. Compounded annually or yearly, 1. Okay? And then N times T. So the number of times it builds times the time. How many years? Okay? Cool. P, R, N, and T. I also like to put a little I there because it looks like the word print. And it just reminds me what I'm searching for when it's a banking question. So principal is the amount of money I stuck in the bank. Cool. The rate is the percentage written as a decimal. 0.03. The number of times it builds. That's a word that's right behind the word compounded. So go find the word compounded in the sentence and underline the next word. Go for it. So the account pays 3% annual interest compounded quarterly. Quarterly means 4 times a year. So you have monthly, which means 12, quarterly, that means 4, and yearly or annually, that means 1 time. And how many years? 4. Perfect. So let's put this in our formula. 1 plus 0.03 all over 4, and 4 times 4. And then you're going to put it right into your calculator. How do you do that? You type in this, 1 plus 0.03 divided by 4, because that's what this is. It's a little division problem. So thus far it looks exactly the same until we get to here. Write it as a little division problem. Boop, end of parenthesis. Use that button, and 4 times 4 is 16. And then go ahead and get your answer. Yep, you can use a calculator. I'm not here to frustrate anybody. And your final answer should be 24,794. Beautiful. So I think I'm going to try this next one real quick. So principal would be 10,500. Our rate is the percent written as a decimal, 0.06. Cool. The number of times it builds, ooh, that word says monthly. So that's 12 times in a year. And T for time is 5. Let's fill in our formula. So A equals 10,500. 1 plus 0.06 all over 12, and 12 times 5. Nice. Put that in our calculator. I would use 60. So this is how you put it into your calculator. 1 plus a little division problem here, divided by 12. Raise it up to 12 times 5 is 60. And then hit the equal sign. And what'd you get? Now, if you want to watch this, I have whole videos on banking. I have 2 videos on banking. You can go back and check them out. And this one I have 14,163. You got 14,163? Well done. So, video 4 will be this next section of word problems. So come on back. Thanks for coming. Bye.